Hello everyone and welcome to Unit 24, Vocabulary. We're going to do the definitions for our terms right now. And let me just set the font and all that. Okay, so sorry about that. A lot of these words are going to be very self-explanatory because you've probably heard them before. If you're saying that someone's story is transparent, you're saying that it is easily understood. There doesn't seem to be any subterfuge going on. It can be clearly seen through. You talk about a transparent piece of paper or information being transparent. That means that it is obvious and not hidden. To transport is to take from one place to another. What method of transportation will you be taking? If you say that in The Tempest, Stefano and Trinculo are distracted by the trappings, they're distracted by the ornamental accessories that Ariel has put before them, the fancy gowns and clothing and things like that. So the trappings of something would be the accessories. To go through a lot of travail is to go through a lot of toil, a lot of hard work, much laborious effort. And after much travail and many, many years of working for the same company, Willie Loman, unfortunately, gets fired. To traverse something is to travel across. If you think about Lord of the Flies and the boys traverse across the island, they're traveling throughout the area that's in front of them. If you want to traverse certain topics, you want to discuss the whole extent of it. A treatise is a literary composition. It's one that deals with a particular subject. You might say that your thesis when you're in college might be considered a treatise on something. So it's dealing formally with a particular subject. Could be considered, or something like a dissertation could be considered a treatise. Tremor, whether you have tremors in your hands or you feel tremors in the earth, that it is a shaking or a quivering. If you say that a person is a trenchant reader, that means that they're very sharp, they're very keen. Peyton Farquhar's senses were trenchant at the moments before death. No question about that. If you're a very trenchant reader, you probably picked up on Louise Mallard's death at the end of Story of an Hour, that it wasn't from joy, but from disappointment. A tribute to someone is, obviously something done in respect or honor of someone else. So it is a thing done or said or given as a mark of respect or honor. You don't want to be the kind of person that gets upset with trifling things. Trifling is the same thing as trivial. Something that's trifling is of small value. And trivial is minor or inconsequential. So they're mostly self-explanatory and interchangeable, I should have said. Tumult, if you think that there's going to be tumult in between two families, we're saying that there's probably going to be some kind of riot, some kind of uproar, some kind of noise. Remember, the gods in Gilgamesh send the flood because of the tumult of mankind, the noise and such. On a plane, you might be told to fasten your seatbelts because of turbulence. So turbulence could be considered some kind of commotion, some kind of trouble, some kind of chaos or disorganization. When there's turmoil between people, there's trouble. There is confusion, agitation, difficulty. One of the worst things you could be called, especially in history, is a turncoat, and that is a person who changes sides. Even Macbeth could be considered a turncoat of sorts, because he starts off being so loyal and such a wonderful general in Duncan's army, and then he plunges the knife into his king. So a person who changes sides, who abandons his devotion, is called a turncoat. This word turpitude is often used with morality. When someone is accused of moral turpitude, they're being accused of moral baseness or wickedness, like Torvald, when he says to Nora that she should not be around her children because of her turpitude. Even Sasha Yuskov wonders about his own turpitude at times in the story, a problem. Tyranny is the cruel use of authority. Despotism, right? And you've got many of examples throughout history for tyrants. If someone's reputation is unassailable, as Torvald actually said about himself, that which cannot be attacked, it is unblemished, it is pristine. And that's what Torvald feels with regard to his own reputation, that it is unassailable. It cannot be attacked or questioned, unlike Nora's father, he said, who is a little bit of a profligate. If you have unbridled enthusiasm for something, you have uncontrollable enthusiasm. It is unrestrained. At times in the story of A Ring, Lisa looks at her husband, Lisa, and her husband Sigismund, and thinks that he is uncouth, that he is awkward, that he's clumsy, that he's boorish. And we know she has quite a bit of growing up to do. When you think unctuous or you see unctuous, I want you to think oily, because literally it does mean something that's greasy. But in terms of behavior, that's a kind of person who's excessively flattering, who's sycophantic, a kind of kiss-up, if you will. Even Mephistopheles in Faust seems to be too unctuous. He's basically telling Faust, "Oh, I'm your servant, I'm your slave," but it's not really true. It's oily and it's not true. To undermine someone is to secretly undo them, to secretly wear away something. A person who is undermining someone will do it in an insidious way, a kind of deceitful way, like Antonio usurping the power from his brother. Obviously, universal means applicable to all inclusive, right? Archetypes are universal, and we talked about that with the hero and the quest. Unmitigated means it cannot be lessened, it cannot be modified. It is absolute. Unmitigated success. And then our last two here, if a child is being unruly or a class is being unruly, you could use one of the words from earlier in the list. That means that they're being turbulent, they're not agreeable or open to discipline. An unruly group. And to warrant something is to justify. I warrant I will do this because of what happened. Gonzalo says, I warrant he is not going to drown. He's definitely going to hang, but he's not going to drown. That means to justify or to guarantee. You could say it as a declaration to declare something. And that's what Gonzalo does with regard to the boatswain. And there are your words for Unit 24.